Hi, my name is Matthew Bellisario. Thanks for joining me today from the heart of the Deep South on the outskirts of Birmingham, Alabama. This is the BellisarioSonic YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing two new jazz reissues. The first being this fantastic Blue Note release, Newk's Time by Sonny Rollins, recorded in 1957 and released in 1959. We're going to talk a little bit about this album. It's what I've got playing here in the background. Great pressing again on the Blue Note Classic series. We're going to talk about that. And I'm also going to talk about this record store day release that I picked up the other day called Newport Rebels. Charles Mingus, Max Roach, Eric Dolphy on this, along with Roy Eldridge and Joe Jones. Talk about this album and the release and the pressing in particularly, because these are quite a bit different record albums musically, but also unfortunately pressing wise as well. So let's dig into, first of all, let's dig into this Blue Note classic Newk's Time, which is playing here, recorded in 1957. This is a pretty crucial album for Sonny Rollins. You've got a great lineup on this. You've got Rollins, of course, playing the tenor, the great Wynton Kelly on piano, Doug Watkins on bass, and Philly Joe Jones on drums. Produced by Alfred Lyon, recorded by Van Gelder, of course, at Van Gelder Studios in Hackensack, New Jersey. So a classic album, straight ahead jazz here, recorded for Blue Note. This is an interesting time for Sonny Rollins, 1957. He's got a lot of different things going on in the studio. Sonny Rollins Volume 1 on Blue Note. Way Out West on Contemporaries comes out in 57. Rollins Volume 2 comes out in 57. He also has a record in 1957 that comes out called The Sound of Sonny on Riverside. Then you've got this Newk's Time that was recorded in 57 but doesn't come out until 59. But you've also got some other interesting albums that come out at this time, like A Night at the Vanguard on Blue Note in 1957. He also records with Dizzy Gillespie on duets on Verve, and also the famous album Sunny Side Up with Sonny Stitt in 1957. So this is an interesting year for him, to say the least, but a lot of great recordings. And this Newk's Time, great track listing, a lot of up-tempo things on this. Tune Up is on here. Asiatic Rays, which is also known as Lotus Blossom, a Kenny Dorham song on here. Wonderful, Wonderful. The Surrey with the Fringe on top. Blues for Philly Joe, which was written by Rollins. And then a Johnny Mercer song called Namely You. So this is a fantastic record. The pressing is fantastic. There's no noise. Wonderful. So I highly recommend this one. Now let's get into this other album. And I'm going to put it on for you so that you guys can hear what I'm talking about, because I'm pretty disappointed in this pressing. Not the music, but the pressing. So let's talk about that. Newport Rebels, Mingus. This is a fantastic recording as far as the music goes. And you've got this unique pairing of Roy Eldridge and Charles Mingus. In fact, this is the first time they ever recorded together, and I'm not sure if they ever did again or not. Maybe people out there will know that. You've got some great songs, some great playing. This is a very intense record. Yes, it's worth owning. However, let's talk about the pressing. Now, I'm going to drop this on for you so that you guys can hear what I'm talking about. I don't like to leave negative reviews, but I'm going to be honest about the reviews that I leave. And this I bought at a record store quite a ways away, so I'm probably not going to be able to take this back. It's on red. I'm not a huge fan of colored vinyl anyways. It's hard to tell if they're clean or not. And a lot of times I just think that they're inferior pressings for some reason. That's just my opinion. This Newport Jazz Rebels, I'm going to drop it on here. Unfortunately, the pressing is not the best pressing, and there's noise on it. And although it's kind of an up tempo, it's kind of a loud record, so it masks a lot of it, but it's still annoying at times. So I'm going to take this album off, and I'm going to drop this one on. Again, this Sonny Rollins is a fantastic sounding record. The classic series have been wonderful, as well as pretty much all the Blue Notes. I've had very few problems with the Blue Note pressings. I've got quite a few of them now. This one I've cleaned off a couple of times to try to see if it was dirty. It doesn't appear that that's the issue. So let's drop this on and let's turn up this Charles Mingus. And I'm just going to show you what I'm talking about here. You can probably already hear the crackle. So there seems to be an issue with the pressing. It pretty much seems to be on the right side. Now, once things pick up a little bit, it's less noticeable. So I don't want to say that this is terrible, but it's certainly not on the level of what the Blue Note is. There's just a little bit of crackle as it goes around, and it's not an issue of it being dirty or anything. It's just in the pressing. As far as the music goes, wonderful. We've got great players on here. Again, Mingus, Roach on drums on only a couple tracks. Joe Jones on drums on most of these. Roy Eldridge is bad on this. And the great Eric Dolphy. This was recorded at NOLA Penthouse Studios in New York. 1961 recording. So yeah, a little bit disappointing on the actual pressing. Again, I've got a little bit of noise on the other side. I've got it as well. It's on both sides. I think it's the way it was pressed, and you got just that little bit of a static as it goes around, or a little almost a staticky sound, and it's kind of annoying, especially in the quieter parts. In the louder parts, you do not hear it as much. But again, unfortunately, the pressing on this is disappointing. Or the one that I got. They may not all be like this. I may have just gotten a poor pressing. And unfortunately, like I said, I bought this a ways away, so I'm probably not going to be able to take it back. So I'm probably stuck with it. So just my experience here on this one, if you buy it, make sure you can take it back. And just be aware that you may get a dud pressing on this one. Now, this is maybe, 1 out of 1,000 that I just happened to get a lemon. So, but as far as the music goes, bad. That's awesome. All right, so that's all I got for you today, folks. These two albums, definitely musically, they're both fantastic. The pressing on the Rollins Newk's time is excellent. Excellent album here musically. A lot of cool things going on. A little more, very intense. A little bit different than this record musically. But the pressing on this one that I got just happened to be, unfortunately, lackluster and a little noisy in places. So that's all I got for you guys today. And we'll talk to you later. Happy listening to you all, and hope you all have a great New Year.